You know, even when you lose, sometimes in life you win. And that's the case for Miss Shiloh Hendrix. Now, I have almost forgot all about this case, not because I'm in agreement or for not because I'm in agreement with the woman that there don't care. It's just the fact that so much more important things has happened within the last year from when this happened that it got pushed to the back of my mind. But recently, she got found guilty of a misdemeanor due to her speech she did towards an autistic child. And let's just make that clear. An autistic child, she doubled down it, tripled down on it. She benefited from it. She damn near became a millionaire off hate speech towards a child. And she has a ton of supporters for that. And I want to go ahead and show some of that stuff. But let's go ahead and see the original video that got her this $1 million.
Did you call him a child? Did you call the child a word? It is my own business. You call him. Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's stuff.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a.
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act.
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know that's a hate speech, and you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a shit.
Huh.
Fuck off.
Okay, we'll see.
Now, ever since November of 2024, people have been a lot more comfortable being hateful. Now, supposedly it was an autistic child, like I mentioned before, that took the applesauce. I'm not saying that's right, but I would say there should be some understanding of circumstance. If the child is not normally developed and has some delays or may not pick up on social cues, that this would be a little bit understanding if you hear that. And let's say that she has every single right to be upset. Fine, she could be upset, but however, being upset and being somebody who use racial slurs is completely different. And that's the thing that always annoys me. People justify using racial slurs whenever they're upset. I can insult anybody clear as day without using a single slur or stereotype because I'm quick like that. However, when you have people like this blonde hair, and I don't know, it's a bleach blonde wig woman. I don't know who she is. They just don't have it. Now, I'm right now on YouTube streaming live, so I got to be careful what I say, how I say it, so my video doesn't get demonetized, flagged, or anything else. And plus, I'm trying to be a better person. But overall, she did make a message not too long after this happened. And keep in mind, she made almost $1 million off of calling a kid something hateful. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to this video she made.
Hi everyone, I'm Shiloh Hendrix. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money.
I'm sure she has. And I'm just going to pause right there for a quick moment because you got to keep in mind, even though she got found guilty, she really got a slap on the wrist. And even though she got a slap on the wrist, all these supremacist groups, and again, I'm trying to watch my wording here because I'm not trying to get my stuff demonetized, but all these hate groups, they are playing victim to this woman. They are saying that she is the white Rosa Parks. They are saying that she is the embodiment of free speech and all this other kind of stuff. So even though she got found guilty, she still won in life. She's a celebrity. She most likely won't have to work again. Not off the, well, it was really like $900,000. That's not enough to retire off of, but it is enough to stop working for a little while, buy a nice little house, and hopefully within 3 to 5 years, this would be in the back of other people's minds to where she could get a job somewhere, be gainfully employed, and get a degree in something that's more lucrative to where she may be able to work from home or do her own business startup or whatever, right? but she got a 200 hours community service, $1,000 fine. Again, $1,000 is nothing compared to 900,000 that she got received for doing nothing, just being a horrible person. And then the probation lasts for a year. Now, if she messes up from her probation, she can go ahead and go to jail for 90 days. So again, guilty of a misdemeanor. Even if she did get the 90 days, which I think she should have, she has almost $1 million in the bank now. She would have been fine when she got out. The only thing that would have been a concern is the kid that she was holding. I think that was her kid. If it was, I would assume the kid have a father or other family members could have stayed with for that 90 days, and she just could have paid whatever family member was holding the kid or taking care of the kid a monthly allowance until she got out. So again, even though she got found guilty of this misdemeanor, she still won overall, unfortunately. And that's just the world we win in right now, that a lot of these hate groups are winning over and over and over again. And it's getting to the point where there's going to be an explosion eventually. But let's continue with this video.
It's all gone to me. Nobody has asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. When this first started, I had a handful of people helping me out. Anglo-Saxon Girl, Tom Hennessy, Paul Miller, and Ofsterbone, Avi. And they really just were kind of guiding me through this time and promoting my fundraiser and getting the word out there about everything that was going on. So I am forever grateful for all of them for that. And then the Avi thing happened where...
How old is she? I mean, she talks like she's 20 years old, but she looks like she's 40. It's very confusing. I'm conflicted in my mind when I'm listening to her speak. Because to me, it sounds like she is mentally delayed herself by the way she talks, by saying Avi and things of that nature.
He got fired from his job and uploaded a video and started his own fundraiser. That had nothing to do with myself and the rest of the people that were involved. As soon as we found out the truth about all of that, I severed ties with him immediately. I am not married to him. I don't know him. I've never met any of these people. So I just want to shut that down right now. Yeah. When I first found out that the park video was going viral, it was terrifying, but not surprising, because obviously he was recording me. It was going to get out there at some point. I did not realize I was going to have so much support and have all of you people rally around me.
And support she does have. If you just go on Twitter, you'll see plenty of flyers and stuff like this. In fact, there are people outside the courthouse saying that she did nothing wrong. Things of that nature. Of course, the people who were outside the courthouse that were saying she did nothing wrong were cowards and had their face masks on. Which I always found that kind of funny. I still remember when the C-19 virus happened, people act like, mainly it was the people that looked like this, they were saying that the masks were a sign of oppression and another form of slavery and all this other kind of stuff. But yet, they're perfectly fine wearing a mask whenever they want to hide their identity and their hateful natures.
And have my back in this situation. And it was very overwhelming. And I am so grateful for you all for that. When this first happened and I went on X and I saw Anglo-Saxon Girl had posted my video, I messaged her and I was like, hey, that's me. Just kind of needing somebody like-minded to talk to. And of course, she didn't know it was me, so we went through the whole process of, proving who I was. And that's when we kind of got the whole fundraiser started and set up. And yeah, the rest of that is history. I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and if we keep fighting back. Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves.
So what exactly is she standing up for? What is she fighting back against? An autistic back kid? Is that what she's fighting against? I swear, people, they just want to feel special. They feel entitled to feel like they're a social justice warrior when she has done nothing but insulted a kid and acted immature. Like I said before, she talks like she's 20, but she looks like she's 40. And I could tell she's reading off a cue card, a key point she's trying to hit off of to reach out to these other supremacist groups. This woman is a very definition of a loser, in my opinion.
And not backing down. And we just have to keep on going. There's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do? You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word. I am just so thankful for you all. We are in the process of looking for a home. We have looked at some, getting out of the state.
I cooked a steak the other
and starting a new life. And I want to have a quiet life. I don't plan on, being an influencer. I don't plan on doing interviews. Like, that's just not something that I would ever want to do. It's not on my agenda. So maybe someday, but I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. We're all doing okay. We've been moving around a lot. It's been an adventure. It's fun to see new places and, been kind of an outlaw.
And again, her life has gotten visibly better from calling a kid the N-word. When you see the original video, and I didn't play the video on here, I just played the audio and I censored as best as I could. But when you see that video, she looked very sloppy and exhausted. Right now, she looks clean and happy. She says she's happy. She's happy. She's happy because her life got better because what she was holding internalized that whole entire time got her the attention and money and fame that she wanted. But you know what? If she doesn't get hooked on the sugar booger, I think she'll only keep that money for maybe about 5 years. Because yes, the way things are right now, it's going to support women like this, but this is not going to last forever.
Again, I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of my supporters and all of my people who have been with me through all of this. And yeah, I haven't said anything on here. I haven't done any sort of videos or spoke to anybody really. So I feel like it was about time to clear the air and just kind of, keep you updated with what's going on. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you, everyone. And I will talk to you later.
Now, right here is when I was going through TikTok and looking at one of the videos and a lot of the comments that was going on there. And this is what I mean. Here is our Rosa Parks. White excellence. White is beautiful. Protect this woman. She's a civil rights leader. Civil rights really didn't apply to white people. Well, that's a whole nother conversation in itself. But let's continue. They always want to use a thing that, black people helped develop and start. Thought you didn't care. Joan of Park. Okay. This comment section discussing one normal person. She's pretty as hell. She looks like she does sugar booger a lot. White queen. Let's see. Do what you call a child a slur. Chase her around the park and are bowing and are bow playing like the victim. Okay. Someone says she married a black man in 2011. Don't know, don't care. And that's the thing about that. There are plenty of people who are in interracial relationships that are just straight racist. They just fetishize their partner. And that's why I said that for like a black woman to be with a white man, in my opinion, that she would need to be with a white man who is like, what was his name? Was it John Brown? I think his name was John Brown. He was the coldest white man alive during that period. Let me look. Let's make sure that it's him. Let's see. Yep, John Brown. So if you ever get time, look up John Brown. See, love you, girl. This is outrageous. Black people definitely should have pushed white people to being okay. This woman is saying what the rest of us are thinking. It's time that we all let our voices be heard. And you know, when I see comments like that from blank profiles, I know that's a troll account, but I really think there should be a ban on troll accounts. If nothing else, if you are commenting on multiple pages, expressing yourself, at some point it should be a verified account. And you should be verifying yourself for ID, in my opinion. At this point, if you are going to go in here and share your opinion, it's going to be hateful, then be brave and stand on it. Expose your true self. Again, somebody else says, Rosa Parks. I didn't even know what Rosa Parks did. Okay, you know, it is what it is. Queen. All right, I think I'm done going through all these comments. I was just scrolling through it. But yeah, so even though she did lose, she was found guilty, right? And she was guilty. There was video evidence of it. And even though she was found guilty, there was video evidence of it. People are trying to come after the judge now. And that didn't make any sense to me. I think the judge's name is Daisy. No, excuse me, Daly, Krista Daly. And she did her job properly. Do I think this Miss Hendrix should have got a harsher sentence? 100%. But she did get something. And in a time where we have seen so many people who have wronged black people get found innocent or not guilty or got off a slap of the wrist or missing things that keep happening to prolong justice, it's a little nice to see that something has happened to somebody for once that was caught on video. But I'm done for now. It's getting kind of late. You guys tell me what you think. Like, comment.